I was left for dead. That's how my journey in entrepreneurship started. I left the corporate world and my finance and MBA degrees behind me to share my story. Welcome to That Entrepreneur Show, where resilience meets hustle. Let's build and learn from our guest now.
Start with any company some organic marketing in the same time, in parallel with paid marketing. Of course, organic, it's something that you should invest for a long time, but you can get a lot of impact.
From Harvard education to now living in Barcelona, we have a treat ahead of you today with Pavel. Thank you for joining us here on That Entrepreneur Show.
Thank you, Vincent, for inviting. Very glad to be with you today.
Oh, I'm excited to learn all about your journey. Everyone, we have the CEO of KIT Global. We have, again, a Harvard graduate with us, best young entrepreneur in the small business IT industry. So much value headed your way. But if it's your first time with us, welcome to That Entrepreneur Show. If you are a loyal listener, welcome back. Thank you for continuing to make this show a top 2.5% global show. We can't do it without you. And of course, amazing guests like our guest today. We'll also dive into many areas like building a truly global company, diversity in tech and marketing, future of work, even how AI and marketing can foster more inclusive brand experiences. So buckle up. We have an incredible show ahead that is brought to you today by Coming Alive Podcast Production. Head to comingalivepodcastproduction.com to get started on your podcast journey today, along with the empathyset.com with John Ford's app and card set to help you stay level-headed on this entrepreneurial journey. But Pavel, let's go back in time. Why did you want to become an entrepreneur to start?
So it was so long time ago. I started my business when I was 19 years old. It was a dream about worldwide digital company, and it was 2004. It was time when all digital internet companies that we know today was created. And I think that great success of not just our company, but all digital services, companies, and products during these 21 years. It's really great that our industry continue grows very fast. 20 years ago, it was amazing time, like Wild West for any digital companies.
Sure is, and now it's a much different ball game, so I can't wait to see all the changes that have happened from then and now. But what was something that was going on then away in the marketing business that no longer exists today? What was something that was so important, so big, but is irrelevant today?
First of all, I think that the most valuable thing that digital marketing and internet advertising brings to advertisers, brings to business, is measurable results. And our focus from scratch was to create performance-based marketing company. And we continue this vision more than 21 years. And I think that one of success secret of digital marketing is this performance-based model. Because when you use other sources of marketing, for example, TV advertising or radio advertising or, I don't know, out of doors or something like that, it's really difficult to understand real performance, to understand the ROI from your activities. And digital marketing can help you understand every dollar, every euro that you spend for your marketing. So, and understand, of course, value from each of this dollar.
I love it. When you were a kid, did you ever think you were going to be in marketing?
No, unfortunately not. I had a dream to be a doctor as my dad, but last year before university, I changed my mind in total. I saw really good opportunities and growth of internet industry. It was just after dot-com crisis, and it was really interesting time when most of successful companies was created.
Yeah, another significant changing point in the entrepreneurship space, but we've got a lot to cover today because of how much success you have. So congratulations on how far you've come all the way back in the day. But building a truly global company, it didn't just happen overnight. What are some steps a business can take to move towards becoming a global company? I think would be most fair to our listeners.
Yeah, sure. In my point of view, it's extremely difficult to create global company from scratch. So it's better to start on your own market when you understand where you have a deep understanding of market specific, of client specific, and others. But when your company growing up and you see some interesting opportunities in other countries. I
Sure.
think that internet brings all of us a lot of opportunity to launch our business worldwide, especially after COVID, when most of companies transform to remote working. It's easily to work in different countries with just a small sales office and a global team who can support these sales offices. So my point of view that if you have really good success in your origin market and you can see some opportunities across the world, it's better to try this expansion. And the most successful companies that we know right now has the same way from one original market to global expansion.
I absolutely love that advice. Thank you for sharing. And now, being in this space, it's a beautiful thing for being virtual, right? You're able to connect with and help clients all over the world. Even me serving in my business, I only have one client in the Tampa area where I'm based out of all of the clients. So, great testament to your work ethic. I absolutely love how you highlighted that. And even team building. On your team, where are your teammates located? Are they all in the same country, or do you have everybody scattered in places besides Spain?
Unfortunately, we are based in different countries all across the world, from Argentina to Indonesia, Bali.
Wow.
It's a little bit difficult because time zones very, very different. And just to make some town hall inside company, it's challenging because for our Latin America team members and for our Indonesia team members, it could be early morning or late night. On the other hand, it's a great opportunity to collaborate between different countries, different nations, different culture background, feel a lot of advantages of this kind of diversity. We can understand better our clients. We can explore best practice from all over the world. And I think that for most of our team members, it's one of the key advantage of working with us because they have opportunity to connect with guys who are in the industry in totally different markets. And I can see right now how it's different. Of course, our main vendors are the same, like Amazon, TikTok, Meta, Google. They covered all our world, but customer behaviors and others very, very different from country to country, from region to region. For example, I was surprised when we launched in Southeast Asia that user behaviors and customer behaviors much different. In Europe and United States, most of customers are looking for some products or services using search engines, and search engines is the most important source for advertising. But in Asia, especially Southeast Asia, the most important source is social media because the population is really young and they find their products and services through influencers, through social media communities and others. So for us as a marketers, it's totally different. So our specialists can catch best practice from different countries and use it to help our clients with great success.
Amazing advice there. And to maintain that long term, maintain this longevity, what are some tips you can offer there to maintain the success you've had as we're talking about now growing over time?
So I think that business become more and more global using internet. We can see how e-commerce grows across the world, how different digital services, digital platforms grows right now. And we have two main ideas. First of all, it's to help our clients grow in other countries with us, with our deep local understanding of marketing landscape. And in other hand, it's using best practice from different countries. We can help our clients in their local campaigns. For example, social media, we can take best practice of social media advertising from Asia and execute the same in Europe or United States, for example.
Wow, what amazing advice. I'm so glad I asked everyone. I know you're itching to find out his contact info, his website. You're going to have to hang on just a little longer because I've got a few more things to bring up with our guest of honor today. I previewed earlier. We touched on diversity and we touched on the future of work, but here, how you're using AI in marketing. I know those are buzzwords, right? AI, marketing, but using them correctly is a whole nother conversation. Let's talk about it.
Sure. I think that AI impact most of industries, but our industry changed a lot for last few years with AI. Of course, there are some very simple ways how we can use AI in our jobs, like creating content for website, content for advertising, picture creations, others and others. It's some very simple and understandable thing. But for our company, one of the most important things that AI brings is analysis of unstructured data. Because, as I mentioned before, our focus on performance-based model marketing, with a lot of our clients, we work in models like revenue share or cost per action or cost per install, for example, for mobile advertising companies. Analytics of every click, analytics of every dollar spent, it's a very important part of our job. Before AI, we use difficult data structure to find some interesting information for our clients. But using AI and, of course, first of all, API with ChatGPT and other good services, we can analyze thousands and millions of piece of data without any structure, and AI can give us very fast and interesting results in any type of question that we have. And it's really crazy how fast we can do it and how we can use in our daily routine. So I believe that these tools will be much more effective and much more powerful in very close future. Of course, every day it's become bigger and bigger part of our job.
I absolutely love it. You're doing such great work here today for our audience. So thank you so much. And I appreciate you letting me be so prepared with your expertise areas because you've been knocking it out of the park. Something else I want to touch on now before I ask you which entrepreneur throughout history you would love to pick their brain. Now, at this point of your journey in this company, who is your best target customer? Who can you serve the best right now?
Our focus on companies who wants to understand the ROI, who knows how to collect data and how to analyze it. The most powerful companies right now, it's e-commerce, of course, because all their business is online, so they know really good how conversion rate works in any step and others and others. Second big industry for us, we named it BFSI. It's banks, fintech companies, insurance and others. They also, especially fintech companies, become more and more progressive, more and more trying to understand how a conversion rate working in all steps of their customers. The third industry, we named it entertainment, but most of them, it's mobile apps who works on a subscription-based model or something like that. For example, our big clients are Spotify, Warner Music, and the other services who provide some services for their clients around the world. So I think that these three industries are the most important for us. But we are working with different size of companies. It's not just about enterprise companies. We are working with small and medium business, with startups, with everyone who ready to grow up with us, who understand how to do it and who are open for new marketing approach.
Oh man, well, I think you've definitely inspired everyone out here today to check out this new marketing approach, and they'll get your contact info in just a bit. I think we touched on all the great areas we can. Now, perhaps do you have any advice for an early stage founder when you were a new startup boss, a new CEO, some things maybe you wish you knew back then that you obviously do know here today?
Sure. My point of view that marketing is a very important part of every company. For startups and enterprise clients, marketing is a huge money and usually not transparent money. So first of all, before you start spend any dollar for digital marketing, please start with analytics. You should make transparent analytics on your website or mobile app to understand deeply how your next marketing budget will work for you. It's a first step. Unfortunately, I see a lot of cases how business start their campaigns without transparent analytics for their marketing spend. So please, it's a very important point. Second point that I can recommend from scratch for any company, not just to focus on paid marketing, but we can start with any company some organic marketing in the same time in parallel with paid marketing. Of course, organic, it's something that you should invest for a long time, but you can get a lot of impact. And if you use both marketing and organic campaigns, you can get a much better ROI. For example, about organic marketing, it's SEO, search engine optimization, it's social media marketing, it's content marketing, CRM marketing, others and others. So all these types can bring you long-term results, and paid marketing usually has really bad ROI without organic marketing in the same time in parallel with paid marketing campaigns. So it's just a few recommendations, but of course, I think that it's about every entrepreneur. You should be brave. You should be strong and don't afraid of some experiments, of something new, of technology, and you will be enough success.
Oh my goodness, that's inspirational and a great way to close out the show. And now what I'm excited for is you're a very smart man, Pavel. You're very educated. You've read a ton of books. You went around the world, lived in multiple places. If you could choose any entrepreneur or business owner, dead or alive, to learn a little more from.
Story that I heard last days. It's a story of Israel company that named Wiz, WIZ.
Okay.
They made a deal today with Google for $32 billion. And they created company from scratch 5 years ago. And right now, it's one of the biggest deal in our industry, just in 5 years. It's really crazy, but they found very good product market fit. They found good time of cybersecurity and cloud services, and they made it. So I think that every entrepreneur can be very successful if you choose right time and right product. So let's look to the market, to your own market and global market. Choose right time, right product, and you will be the most successful in your industry.
Unbelievable ending to the show. Thank you so much, Pavel, for coming on here to that entrepreneur show. Where can we find you online?
So our website is kit.global. All information about our company and all our offices around the world are in this website. Thank you so much.
Of course, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us. This is That Entrepreneur Show, coming back next week to continue with our community of entrepreneurs. My name is Vincent A. Lancy. We're brought to you here today by the empathyset.com and Coming Alive podcastproduction.com. And we're signing off today from Spain all the way down to Florida. Thank you so much.